family, and friends. Welcome to CD9, and we're just excited that you're here as we kick off our abandoned and inoperable vehicles educational campaign. Let me begin by thanking the LA Department of Transportation for joining forces with us on an issue that's affected far too many neighborhoods in CD9. Many of you have spoken directly with me and my staff about abandoned and inoperable vehicles, a problem we all know about. They continue to contribute to neighborhood blight. They attract illegal dumping, they create safety concerns, and they diminish the quality of life for the people who live here. This is an issue that affects neighborhoods throughout South LA, not just here in CD9. But that's why today we're officially launching our new District 9 campaign, Clear the Streets, Reclaim Our Neighborhoods. At the heart of this effort is the CD9 Abandoned Vehicle Campaign, a partnership between CD9 and LADOT, focusing on educating residents about making safer and easier reports about abandoned and inoperable vehicles. Working alongside community organizations and neighbors, we're committed to identifying recurring problem locations and improving response times throughout our entire district. So throughout the campaign, districts are going to see billboards, posters, social media, and other educational materials explaining what vehicles may qualify for removal and how to report them. This is in addition to the city's existing 1-800-ABANDONED hotline, which remains available to residents throughout Los Angeles. District 9 residents will now have a direct connection to our office so that we can help navigate the reporting process, work with DOT and parking enforcement, and serve as a bridge between residents and city departments. Residents can reach our office by calling 213-791-0362 or emailing cd9abandon@lacity.org. Our goal is simple: make it easier for residents to report abandoned and inoperable vehicles and to help reclaim our neighborhoods. I want to thank LADOT once again for their partnership and their commitment to our communities. At this time, I'd like to invite Chief Freddie Nuno to share a few words about the LADOT's role in this initiative and explain the city's reporting process. Chief?
Thank you, Councilman, and good morning, everyone. Thank you to CD9 for bringing together the city departments, neighborhood councils, community leaders, and local stakeholders to address abandoned and inoperable vehicles affecting our neighborhoods, and specifically these neighborhoods. LADOT is pleased to support Council District 9's Clear the Streets, Reclaim Our Neighborhoods initiative by helping implement the city's established reporting and enforcement process. Together, we are empowering residents with the information and the tools they need to report abandoned vehicles, making it easier for city departments to respond more efficiently to concerns impacting safety, accessibility, and the quality of life. This initiative builds on work already happening across Los Angeles. During fiscal year 25-26, LADOT removed 6,661 abandoned vehicles from city streets. By increasing awareness of cities' reporting tools and improving coordination, we can respond more efficiently to vehicles that create safety hazards and impact our communities. LADOT is committed to a balanced approach that prioritizes both public safety and coordinated outreach. Consistent with City Council direction, we will work with partner departments to connect occupants of vehicles used for dwellings with available services before a tow is initiated, while continuing to address vehicles that create safety hazards, violate parking regulations, or otherwise meet the city's established criteria for enforcement. Vehicles that meet the city's established removal criteria include any vehicle that has been abandoned and not moved for 72 hours will first receive a citation and then be impounded. Vehicles that present a traffic hazard, such as blocking traffic lanes, walkways, fire hydrants, or driveways. Vehicles that pose an environmental or public hazard. Vehicles that interfere with city projects or permitted events. These events will have restrictions posted several days in advance, warning motorists to move their vehicles. Inoperable vehicles that are disabled or missing an engine, windshield, tires, or other components critical to safe operation. Unregistered vehicles, and stolen vehicles. Most importantly, this effort depends on the community. In addition to Council District's hotline, residents can report abandoned or inoperable vehicles through the city's vehicle abandoned hotline at 1-800-ABANDON. That's 1-800-222-6366, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. We will be just as responsive whether you report abandoned vehicles to the council office or to us directly. We look forward to partnering with the council member and his staff to ensure that every report helps us identify concerns, prioritize resources, and keep our neighborhoods safe, accessible, and welcoming. Thank you to CD9 for its leadership and its partnership, and thank you to our traffic officers who are here today to partner with us, who work every day to serve the people of Los Angeles. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, and also thank DOT teammates that are here with us today, and we appreciate your service and your leadership. Now let me bring up a community resident, someone who's been impacted dramatically by these vehicles and who's with us here to say a few words. She's a tireless advocate for South LA, fighting decades for cleaner neighborhoods and better city services. Let me bring up June Richards. June.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Councilman Price for allowing me to be here, LADOT, and everyone in attendance that's making a difference for life priority, having a great life for our community. My name is June Richard, and I am a resident of South Central LA for 64 years. As a resident, I have watched the community change. The abandoned vehicles are now affecting our quality of life. The way that they're using the vehicles are part of sleeping in them, not allowing residents to come in and out of their homes. My mother lives next door to the freeway, and she's unable to come in and out of her residence because of an abandoned truck that's there and the people sleeping in the back of the truck. And it's making it very difficult and unsafe for my mother of 89 years old. Also, the residents, we need to do more calling. We need to do more advocating for our community. Our primary purpose in life is to have cleaner streets and a stronger community and a stronger neighborhoods. However, communication is not as advanced as it should be. And I'm calling all residents out to come and participate in this abandoned vehicle initiative. Thank you for hearing me out today.
Thank you, June, and thank you for your advocacy and for your activism over the years, and especially on this issue. It is a quality of life issue, and so thank you for stepping up. Another resident that has been tireless in her support for the community, criticism, but also understanding how necessary it is that we have engagement and involvement. Elita Mendez. Elita's very active, not just here, but also in Green Meadows, through the Green Meadows United We Stand program, and we're just so proud she's here with us today to stand with us here. Elita?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Have everyone here. Thank you for coming. Buenos días a todos. Quiero tomar esta oportunidad para agradecer al concejal aquí presente y para el Departamento de Transporte por la importancia de darle a nuestra comunidad ese alivio. ¿Por qué? Porque es importante que aquí en nuestras comunidades del Distrito 9 especialmente tengamos ese alivio que nosotros necesitamos en nuestras calles. Mi nombre es Elida Méndez, ya lo dijo el concejal, y estoy aquí presente para colaborar un poco en el problema que tenemos nosotros en nuestras calles. Yo represento el área de Green Meadows en el Southeast Neighborhood Council, el concilio vecinal de Southeast, representante del área de Green Meadows también colaboro con la organización United We Stand, una organización sin fines de lucro que apoya a nuestras comunidades. Primero que nada, lo que ayuda es a mantenerlas que estén juntas, unidas, pero también educarlas y empoderarlas con recursos que nosotros necesitamos traer a nuestras comunidades. Nuestras familias necesitan que ese empuje que nosotros como comunidad necesitamos para poder trabajar mejor en nuestras comunidades y hacerlos que todos juntos, los departamentos de la ciudad, con el concilio vecinal y las organizaciones sin fines de lucro, trabajemos juntos para que nuestra comunidad esté mejor. Aún así, los esfuerzos han sido grandes del Departamento de Transporte con la oficina del concejal. Ha sido bastante grande el traer esta propuesta, esta iniciativa que para nuestras familias es grande. Nosotros, como organización, trataremos de dar esta información a nuestras familias para que reporten, que hagan el reporte, que hagan esa llamada, que tengan la información que ellos necesitan, porque es importante que tengan la información y nosotros tendremos ese empuje con las comunidades para que hagan estos reportes. Yo quiero agradecer mucho a lo que es el concejal Curren Price, porque él ha trabajado fuertemente en ayudar a que nuestra comunidad sea mejor. Muchas gracias a todos los medios que están hoy presentes, gracias a toda la comunidad en general y los animo a que hagan esa llamada para que nuestra comunidad esté mejor, porque juntos podemos, sí se puede. Gracias.
Sí se puede. Thank you, Lita. You know, remember, this is an education and an empowerment program. Education and empowerment. So make sure you see the brochures in addition to the other media that's available. It really talks about what you can do to make a difference. And let me tell you, this is part of a broader program we have focusing on improving the quality of life in CD9. In fact, we get calls every day about trash, debris, bulky items on our streets, so much so that we've created a rapid response team. As a matter of fact, the team is across the street now. You see the truck led by Nathan. There's Nathan. The team back behind us here. But they're through our neighborhoods every single day responding to calls for picking up trash, debris, bulky items. And again, not alone, but in conjunction with other members of the city family and other nonprofit organizations, community-based organizations that are in our community. LA Sanitation, LA Conservation Corps, Coalition for Responsible Community Development, and others work together with us to really make a difference. So again, I wanted to just thank you for being here today, getting the word out, encouraging neighbors and friends to do more, to do all they can do, especially when it comes to abandoned and inoperable vehicles in our community. It's a real blight and something we can address. Thank you for being here. Are there any questions?
Yes. Here, for the Monsieur Willopinion. When this program or this is going to start? When it's going to start? And how much is going to cost the citation for every single violation? When are they going to start? Okay, because they already tore away one truck. Yes. By that over there.
Well, listen, enforcement starts immediately. I mean, we're encouraging people to start reporting today. So we want to get the action started now.
People didn't have the information, and
well, now they do.
The vehicle was already towed away without proper notice.
Well, the notice is they shouldn't have been parked illegally. If they were parked illegally, they were going to be towed.
And I know this is on Suns, right?
Correct.
Now, let me ask you this, though. How different is this from 311 Pro? Because that
well, we think it enhances the program. This is just another layer of information and another layer of encouraging folks to respond. This doesn't take away from the existing program that DOT has, for example. This is, in addition to that, we're encouraging neighbors in CD9 to call a special hotline in our office to contact our representatives in our district office to help get these vehicles off the street.
When we look at these pictures, you've got a plate here that's clearly being stolen. There's a car that's wrecked with a standing mirror on both. You have, I'm going to say that's a truck somebody might be living in. And you've got a lot of things.
All kinds of vehicles, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So by calling this number, after the call is made, how soon can it quickly come sorry. How quickly can someone expect a response?
Yeah, thank you for that.
What's our response time?
Typically, our response time is between 3 to 5 days to come out to mark the vehicle, after which, once it's marked, we will return to see if it has moved. If it has not moved, then it'll be issued a citation. Upon the citation, we return after 24 hours. If it has not moved, then we will effectuate the impound.
How much time between marking, checking, and citation?
Yeah, it depends. Different vehicles may have moved slightly and we have to remark it, but it's on a case-by-case basis, and we allow our officers to really determine what the situation is at the time.
I don't mean to be a hog, but Councilmember, has this been a really pervasive problem in your county?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, abandoned vehicles we get calls all the time about them. And sometimes they're abandoned, sometimes people are living in them. There may be a problem, and we need to provide assistance. But we have to address it. We can't just act like it doesn't exist and kind of walk away. The department has a program for it, and we're just enhancing that with information and empowering citizens to take action in their hands, to turn in these reports, and to hold the departments and the council office accountable.
Do you have an idea about the estimated number of abandoned vehicles in the district?
Oh, hundreds. Hundreds. Hundreds.
Okay. How much it will cost for me to recover my vehicle if it's abandoned and it's being thrown away?
After.
We don't have that information. It depends on how many days it's been stolen.
It depends on how many days the vehicle is out. It depends.
But I can recover the
You can.
vehicle?
Well, I don't know. It depends. I don't know. If there's some other, there may be some other fines required or some other citations associated with the vehicle. There may be a problem with it. I don't know, but it's a case-by-case basis.
Do you have an idea how much it will cost the towing services or the vehicle being in a...
I don't have that number now, but I can get it for you. I don't have that number.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
We know these laws have already been in place: 72-hour parking, parking in red zones, disabled vehicles, trailers, double parking. Why haven't you guys done anything before? Why are you guys doing it now?
Well, we're always doing something. This is just an added effort, an extra special effort. The felt was we weren't getting the word out enough, so we're going to be getting out on public media, broadcasts, social media, press conferences like this, informing neighbors what they can do. Sometimes they forget. They say, oh, look at that car. But why can't somebody take care of that? Well, neighbor, you can. And here's how you do it. So we're trying to encourage, to empower, and to educate and inform our neighbors.
Right now,
It's our job to inform and encourage. Well, I agree, but it didn't happen, so we can't stop. We can't turn around because it hasn't happened in the past. We have to see what we can do to improve.
Excuse me. I've been here, I've lived around the corner since 1964. I'm still, my parents still in my home. Back at one time, there was maybe 2-3 cars per household.
Okay.
Now, you've got 7 cars registered for one house. That's an overkill, because half of them aren't using their driveway.
Now, these are vehicles that are running or not running?
Sir, I don't know the cost of anything really.
Okay.
Now you're going deep.
No, I got you. Well, right now we're focusing on those vehicles that aren't running. They're just abandoned.
I'm still speaking to you on the point of how this thing is coming about.
Yes.
This thing is coming about for just too many vehicles. People are buying more vehicles and leaving the same vehicles laying around.
Yeah.
Some of these homes got 7 cars to one home,
Yeah.
and they don't even use their own driveways.
I agree. No, it's a problem. I agree.
You need to check on some of these registrations to find out what's actually clear. Because at night we're doing this up and along the block.
Right.
And that's at 9 o'clock at night.
Well, listen, we have many problems. We're just trying to address this one. But I agree with you. We have too many cars. Double parking is a problem.
The start of that problem.
Double parking is a problem. Not having enough parking spaces is a problem. Not having enough housing is a problem. Right now we're focusing on cars that are abandoned.
How much many cars out here, period.
I hear you. No, I hear you.
And it's strictly called
Correct. Right. We will assist with anything: trash, bulky items, and abandoned vehicles, and abandoned boats. All right, gang. Thank you much for your attention. Thanks for coming out this morning.